On July 27, 2022, rapper Jaydayoungan was killed in a shooting that occurred shortly before 6 p.m. in the 600 block of Superior Avenue in Bogalusa, Louisiana.
A rapper is dead after a double shooting in Bogalusa. Investigators have spent the past 24 hours trying to put all the pieces together in a double shooting there. There were 3 separate shooting scenes. And as Mike McDaniel explains, authorities believe they're all connected and that they're part of a bigger problem.
This is Bogalusa, it's a small community.
Police Chief Kendall Bullen says while on the scene, there was a second shooting just minutes away. An SUV was shot up near the intersection of Marshall Richardson and Ott Roads.
On the floor.
Later in the night, a third shooting near Our Lady of the Angels Hospital where Bullen says a house was shot up. No one was hurt. Bullen says all 3 are connected and part of a larger violent problem.
Before we get into the deeper hidden symbolism found in this satanic ritual, human sacrifice of another young black rapper from the ghetto, let me point out the obvious. In the past, I've consistently shown you how numerous rituals before this one have all been connected with the number 44 as a means of pointing to Obama. Well, take a look at this photo and notice Jaydayoungan is holding up the number 4 with both hands, which clearly connects him with the number 44 as well. Not only that, but in his video, Almighty Flow, he is wearing a Chicago Bulls jacket. We know Chicago is the Windy City, which is a reference to the Prince of the Power of the Air. And since Obama is from Chicago, this connects him to the false Christ. The Chicago Bulls also points to the horned bull god Molech, to whom apostate Jews sacrificed their children to. This is the true reason Jaydayoungan was murdered. He was 24 years old at the time of his murder. The number 24 is 2 4s. Again, another reference to number 44, Obama. Jay also connected himself with the number 23. He was known for his single, 23 Island. In 2018, he released a mixtape called The Real Jumpman, number 23, which had 13 tracks totaling 32 minutes. We know the number 13 represents rebellion, and 32 is 23 reversed. In 2019, he released a mixtape called Forever 23. In 2020, he released an album called Baby 23. And in 2021, he released the album 23 is Back, another 13-track project. The number 23 also points to the Chicago Bulls and to Michael Jordan, who won 6 rings with the Bulls. Remember, Jordan's name actually means who is like God, the fallen one. His 6 rings is a reference to Saturn or Satan, and Obama as the Viking, 6th king, or 6th god. In order to complete this human sacrifice, his death was connected with the number 23 as well. After being shot around 6 p.m., Jaydayoungan died later on that evening at the hospital on July 27th. The traditional understanding is that a biblical day begins and ends at sundown. The book of Leviticus speaks of this concerning the Day of Atonement in Leviticus 23:32, when it declares, "It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath." Therefore, since he died in the evening after sundown, it was already the next day, which means he actually died on July 28th, 2022. The date, July 28th, 2022 can be expressed as 7/28/2022. And when we add all the numbers up, 7 plus 2 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, we get the number 23, which lets us know that this was a planned ritual sacrifice. This sacrifice was orchestrated to occur in the city of Bogalusa. The city of Bogalusa was incorporated on July 4th, 1914. This connects this sacrifice with the 4th of July, Independence Day, in the spirit of 76, which is the spirit of rebellion, and points to the fallen angels and the lawless one, the Antichrist. Remember, Obama mentioned 76 days when he spoke at the American Revolution Museum for the D20.
So tonight I want to talk as plainly as I can about the stakes in this election. Because what we do these next 76 days will echo through generations to generations.
The city of Bogalusa has a long history which connects it with the spirit of rebellion and revolution as well. In 1818, Charles Deslandes led a slave revolt known as the German Coast Uprising on the eastern bank of the Mississippi River. On the evening of January 8th, at the age of 31, Deslandes led a band of about 500 slaves in rebellion against their slave masters. At the end of 2 days' fighting, the militias had largely quelled the rebellion and captured Deslandes and other rebels. A 2-day tribunal was held, and the tribunal sentenced 16 of the rebellion leaders to be executed. These leaders were decapitated, and their severed heads were impaled and displayed along the river. However, Bogalusa's connection with revolution and the spirit of rebellion doesn't end there. In the mid-1960s, Bogalusa was the site of one of the first organized campaigns of armed black self-defense in the South. The first chapter of the Deacons for Defense was founded in Bogalusa. The organization was intended to protect civil rights activists and their families threatened both by white vigilantes and discriminatory treatment by police under Jim Crow laws. The Bogalusa chapter gained national attention during the summer of 1965 in its violent struggles with the Ku Klux Klan. The name Bogalusa comes from the Choctaw language and translates as dark water. The name Dark Water is a reference to the abyss and the beast that rises from the sea. The abyss is another name for the bottomless pit, and therefore is also a reference to the rise of the king of the bottomless pit. When it was first built, Bogalusa was called the Magic City. Magic is a reference to the dark arts of witchcraft. Notice in this video, Jaydayoungan can be seen standing on the checkerboard floor of Freemasonry. We saw this in the video Sorry Not Sorry with Jay-Z and Nas as well. Interestingly enough, from Wednesday, July 27th, 2022 to Thursday, August 4th, which is Obama's birthday, is 8 days, and the number 8 can be expressed as 4 plus 4, once again connecting Jaydayoungan's sacrifice with number 44, Barack Obama. July 27th is also the 208th day of the year. 157 days remain until the end of the year. The number 208 hides a secret. Since 2 is the letter B, 0 is O, and the number 8 is H. And if we rearrange BOH to BHO, we get Barack Hussein Obama. The number 157 gives us the number 13, the number of rebellion. We were told in the news report that the shooting happened in the 600 block of Superior Avenue. Strong's Concordance lists G600 as apocalyptemi, which means to restore again, to rebuild, to reconstitute in health. The themes of being restored or rebuilt point back to Obama's agenda of Build Back Better.
The full Obama agenda of building back better.
This also points to Obama's signing of the beam that went into the top of the One World Tower, the new Tower of Babel, which declared, "We remember, we rebuild, we come back stronger." The name Superior comes from super and points to Superman. Ultimately, the reference to being restored, rebuilt, and reconstituted in health is a reference to the fact that the Antichrist will be restored to life after he receives a deadly head wound. This can be found in Revelation 13:3, which declares, "And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast."
Police say they were working on a shooting on Superior Avenue near Pontomac Street when they were also called to a scene on Ott Street at Marshall Richardson Road.
The news report also told us that another shooting occurred on Ott and Marshall Richardson Road. The name Ott means bear, which points to the Chicago bear, the Antichrist, who has the feet of a bear, as found in Revelation 13:2.
What's going on, guys? How are you, sir? Nice to see you. It's good to be out. The bear is loose. The bear is loose.
The name Marshal means horse servant and can also mean to arrange or place soldiers on horses in order. This points to the 4 horses of the apocalypse being placed in order. It also connects back to the movie Nope and the several references to the black cowboy or rider on the white horse.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse? And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Great.
There's another great-grandfather.
The name Richardson means son of the mighty ruler or king. This points to the king of the bottomless pit, the son of perdition, the Antichrist as well. A third shooting happened near the hospital where the victims were taken.
Later in the night, a third shooting near Our Lady of the Angels Hospital where bulletin says a house was shot up.
The name of the hospital is Our Lady of the Angels. This points to the lost or fallen angels and the Queen of Heaven who gives birth to the Antichrist. In closing, it is clear that like the murders of Nipsey Hussle, Young Dolph, Mo 3, Draco the Ruler, and Slim 400, the murder of Jaydayoungan is another orchestrated satanic ritual meant to exalt the devil and the son of perdition, Barack Obama, as the coming Antichrist. If you have not given your life to the Most High by accepting the blood sacrifice of the Paschal Lamb, Yahushua HaMashiach, which was shed on the cross as a propitiation for the redemption of sins. The time to do so is now. Amen.